I was 5 at the time, and I couldn't really draw.
What is this? What is this? You were drawing naked ladies at 5? What's going on, man? You came out the womb with an insatiable thirst or what? What's wrong with you? 10 out of 10. Oh my goodness, you got me good. You keep sneaking up on me like that, huh? Look, if you do that again, I will end you. What's up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at some more art tutorials from TikTok. I'm gonna make the most out of this app before it gets banned. Oh, okay. Here we go. Small box. What is it? Draw body perspective easy tutorial. Oh my. Paw tutorial. Black color, okay. Darker shade in the middle. Lighter shade from the bottom, okay. Highlights, okay. Oh, that looks really good actually. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. It looks transparent like Jello. And now you guys can do furry art and draw the feet on your furries. Is this a fetish?
Exercise to do when you have no motivation to draw. First, make a sphere with a line through it, a dot in the middle. Next, you want to draw a disc in the middle and chop it up like a pizza. You can also do this exercise to warm up your drawing skills. Follow us for more. Exercise to do when you have no motivation to draw. First, make a...
I mean, it looks cool, but I'm just a little bit confused as to what I'm supposed to be practicing here. Like, what's the goal of this? What am I exercising here? Next time I want you to tell me what is the reason. Why am I doing this? 6 out of 10.
When drawing side legs, remember that legs are not a straight line. They are more like a stair, where the upper leg is slightly forward than the lower leg. When drawing side legs...
Hold up. What? This might be the first time I've ever heard the legs being explained like stairs. Is that what my leg looks like? Now, if you're drawing legs, it might be better to think about the front of the calf as a straight line, the back as a curve, and the front of your quad as a curve, and the back as a straight. With a good balance of straights and curves, you're still gonna get the same dynamic look without having to completely offset the top and bottom of your legs, okay? And now I'm winded from raising my leg. I'm getting old, guys. I ain't got many years left in me.
It took me over a decade and dozens of sketchbooks to learn this one very simple art tip. This one tip is something that I wish I knew when I first started drawing.
Why the creepy music, man? I'm scared.
Looking through all my sketchbooks, I noticed a very interesting trend. The first 4 or 3 pages usually had semi-decent art. Some of it was pretty trash, but that's because I was 5 at the time.
5?
I couldn't really draw, but the point still stands. The sketchbook starts off extremely good, and then very quickly becomes awful. I go from making very high effort drawings to very low effort trash drawings. Now the reason for this is because whenever I got a new sketchbook, I would view it as a portfolio. I wanted to fill it with extremely good pieces of art to showcase my artistic abilities. And that's a huge mistake. Instead, your sketchbook should be for improving, studying things. These aren't going to always be the prettiest, nicest drawings, but it's really the only way you're going to be able to improve.
I agree.
If I spend all day exclusively drawing things that I'm good at, I'm never going to improve.
Yep, I agree with that completely. I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes I find myself falling into that trap too, and I just want to draw nice things in my sketchbook. And of course, that's not good because getting out of your comfort zone is how you learn. Now, Mr. Art Maker, we gotta talk about this.
I was 5 at the time, and I couldn't really draw.
What is this? What is this? You were drawing naked ladies at 5? What's going on, man? You came out the womb with an insatiable thirst or what? What's wrong with you? 10 out of 10.
If you're drawing leaves like this, stop, because I'm going to show you a much better way.
Okay.
So grab your ink pens, and first you're going to draw the leaf shapes, just like you usually do.
Okay.
And then instead of drawing the middle line like a full line, you can do like this little dashes like that. For the texture, you're basically gonna hatch on each side of each leaf, drawing these short lines like this. You're always moving from shadow to light, and notice that I'm not letting these lines touch the middle line or the outline of the leaf. And yeah, you're basically gonna be doing this over and over, making the inner parts of the leaves a little darker and leaving like the main like
use your
parts,
words. Yeah.
like lighter. And yeah, that creates this amazing texture. You see what it's looking like,
Oh,
and this is the result.
That's really nice. I'm surprised at how realistic this looks. I feel like that would be a really sick texture to have on like a tattoo or something. Great job, 10 out of 10. I really love the line work here. One way to remove glossy, shiny look and also avoid smudging. Use this spray matte finish. Oh, wow, that looks so much better. And now it doesn't smudge. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Ooh, low angle drawing. This is by Cho Mang. This is PewDiePie's favorite tutorial artist, so y'all better start paying attention. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. This is so satisfying to watch. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Oh, stop it. Oh my god. This is so satisfying to watch, man. That tickles my brain. Now, if there's one thing we could learn from this video, it's that when you're viewing the face from a lower angle like this, if you pay attention to the position of the ears of your subject, you're going to see that they kind of move downwards, right? Whereas if you view your subject from more of a top-down angle like this, the ear kind of moves up on the side. So pay attention to the position of the ears in relation to the facial features on the face, and that'll give you a sense of the angle of the face. 10 out of 10. Cho Meng. Mwah, so good. You can Cho my Meng any day, bro. Here's how I draw faces step by step. Number 1, a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect, but trace a circular object. If you find that easier, don't do that. That's going to stunt your growth, okay? Try to draw that circle even if you feel like it's hard. Actually, you know what? If you feel like it's hard, you should be doing more of it, okay? 2, draw a cross through the center point of the circle. I like how every single face tutorial I see has a cross in it. We never forget Jesus. 3, nose guidelines and jaw. Okay, horizontal guidelines. Draw a line through the sharp jaw points, which are these points right here, and use that as the lip guideline. Now that probably won't work as well if your face is in any kind of different angle, but for the front view, I'll let that slide. Okay, eyebrows, eyes, nose, lips. All right, there's some facial features, erase the guidelines, and there you add some details, and there's a final drawing, which I think looks great. But the problem here is if you're gonna add a cross, you should make sure to use it, right? Make sure you understand why you're adding these lines. Usually people who add crosses to the faces, that cross either represents the brow line or the eye line. So that means either the brows or the eyes are gonna be sitting on that line, depending on what you prefer. Now in this case, that line kind of just runs across the forehead and doesn't really attach itself to anything. Instead, you're forced to draw more lines under it just to find the brow and the eyes, okay? So that's a little bit inefficient, but just something to keep in mind for the future. I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10.
A lot of people draw hair wrong. They jump in and start scratching away, drawing the strands.
Yep.
But hair has form and mass. Going straight to texture gives you spaghetti hair.
Yep.
Groups of hair wrap around and inherit the same major light patterns as the round head underneath. Here is a lock of hair. It has shadow, halftone, and highlight. It becomes hair when we add the strands. I approach shadows as flat, graphic shapes and connect as many as I can. There will be some separate floating shadow shapes, but even those follow a rhythm. Halftones have the most texture detail and contrast. You can add some texture of the strands in the highlights too, but keep those lines thinner and lighter.
Proko does not miss, guys. If you guys ever want to find good high quality tutorials on TikTok, on YouTube, go look at Proko's channel. At this point, he's got my full 100% endorsement. Everything that he teaches is completely academic. It's so good as it gets. This is the final boss of art tutorials. 10 out of 10. Maybe we should have a new category and call it Proko out of 10.
Stop using the Loomis head method.
Whoa.
If you're a beginner,
Hot
chances
take.
are that you found about the Loomis head method and thought that you somehow unlocked a secret magic spell that will allow you to draw heads from any angle.
True.
Only to be disappointed with your skills when you try any angle other than front profile. That's because you lack something more fundamental. Let's talk about the skull. The skull is the #1 thing you need to know about. I am not saying that the Loomis method is bad, but most people got it the other way around. The Loomis method is actually the last thing you learn when learning to draw heads. Because it's a simplification of the skull, and you simply cannot skip the fundamental thing and just learn about its simplification.
I feel like you're onto something here, man. I think a lot of people tend to just learn the Loomis method and think they know how to draw a head, so there's no need to learn the advanced anatomy of the skull or the facial muscles, and not knowing a lot of those anatomical structures can actually bottleneck your skill level. So this is definitely valid. You gotta learn your skulls, but here's the thing. It's okay to learn to simplify the skull shape into the Loomis method and to learn the skull itself at the same time. You can do both. You can learn advanced muscle anatomy while also learning to simplify your limbs into cylinders at the same time. Just do what you like. 10 out of 10.
Are you bad at color theory? Well, I'm not. You should use digital underpainting. Okay, so get a sketch or line art or whatever, then make a new layer underneath it and turn off the background, and then select the entire thing and fill it with like a color you want to use. Use a fun textured brush with like darker colors that complement the main color and just go at it, okay, till you like it. Then set a new layer to clipping mask. Use your favorite brush and just select the colors from the reference picture. Turn the opacity down until you can see the underpainting, and look at her. I use 10 billion different layer modes to render and shade. Wow, you did it.
That's a great drawing, but maybe our brains work a little bit differently, but this process feels way overcomplicated to me. But hey, whatever works for you, works for you. That's a 7 out of 10. Doesn't work for me.
How to get better at drawing in just 10 minutes every single day.
Okay.
We're gonna get good at drawing 1-inch lines. Dot, dot, line.
Oh.
Dot, dot, line. This
Oh.
will work on your hand-eye coordination.
Oh.
Eventually, you can do 2 to 4 inches for more of a challenge. Tag me with your warm-ups. How to get
2 to 4 inches? That's huge. That's too long. You know what? No thanks. I think I'm gonna stick to my 1-inch lines. That's average size. Right? Right, guys? Okay, but for real, this is actually really good. Being able to draw a straight line, man, that's a superpower right there. If you practice this and get this down, you might just become the next art god. 9 out of 10. Thank you, Peggy.
This is a simple, fun, and effective drawing exercise for all skill levels. Once a week, my Discord group takes a virtual walk using Google Maps, and we draw what we see. Being in person is always better, but this is still good practice, and we can go anywhere. This time is in Zion National Park. The idea here is to think like a photographer, take lots of shots, zoom in, zoom out, try different angles. Then, if one option stands out, spend more time on it.
This is actually a cool thing that I've seen professional artists do. Literally go on Google Earth, find a cool spot, plop yourself down, and see if you can capture some nice shots. Because hey, we're artists, and we don't know what it's like to go outside.
People think painting's hard, and it's not. It's easy as hell. Look, just get a little black paint, grab a small canvas, apply the black paint to the canvas. You want to cover all areas here. You really want to get it in there. Get a nice thick layer, mix it in, no missed spots, and yeah, that's it, we're done. All right, look at that, go sell that shit.
All right, that's enough. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by the amount of high quality TikToks that we saw today. There are some really good tutorials here. And I hope that you guys, by watching this video, might have learned something new about drawing. Or about yourself, about who you are as a person. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to see more art content like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Check out my Patreon if you guys want to see monthly tutorial and process videos. And if you're wondering who the heck is this guy teaching you how to do art, just go check out my Instagram for my art. And that's it from me. I'll see you guys on the next video. Or I might not. I might never come back again. You never know. Gotta pick up my my Japanese yen. Now, you know what's interesting is see this money right here? Paper. All right, now let me show you guys. This is Canadian money. You can see my face through this money. This is plastic. I don't know, I feel like not too many countries have plastic money, and every time people see this, they're like, what the heck? Is Canada even a real place? And unfortunately it is. Anyways, there you go. There's your little money trivia. I don't know what I'm still doing here. Actually, I don't even know what you're still doing here. There's nothing else here for you. All right, well, you can sit here if you want, but I gotta run, guys. My leg is numb. I've been sitting here for way too long. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Ooh.